Researching the origins of human civilization today means stepping into a highly polarized, chaotic intellectual war zone. These arguments are playing out in front of tens of millions of people on the world's largest podcast platforms, creating an ecosystem that dictates how the public actually views history. On one side of this divide, you have figures like Graham Hancock, who has spent decades building a massive audience by proposing alternative timelines and lost Ice Age civilizations. The problem for any curious observer is the sheer density of the material. Finding the truth requires penetrating a wall of fiercely contradictory content from both mainstream academics and independent theorists. Today, reconstructing the past depends less on the shovel and more on the filter. The challenge is navigating the insurmountable noise surrounding the evidence we already have. That filtering problem led to the Almanac. We intentionally designed it as a dated, temporary snapshot with a Q1 2026 cutoff, acknowledging that in this field, information goes stale almost as fast as it appears. It grounds this methodology in physical artifacts, examining the specific anomalies that drive the modern debate. This visualization shows the synthesis bottleneck, 8.3 million words across 1,000 sources, split between 5 entrenched voices. Reading this linearly takes a full year. By the final source, a researcher hits a biological limit, forgetting the first. Creating a definitive, meticulously cross-referenced map of this entire field is a task that exceeds the capacity of a single human mind. To break that bottleneck, we altered the architecture of the research process itself. We used an MCP, a Model Context Protocol server. This engine allows an artificial intelligence to bypass its own memory limits by querying an external database in real time. The ingestion phase slices 8.3 million words into precise segments stored with their context inside a searchable database. To write, the AI scans the entire grid, pulling only specific passages needed for a single chapter, filtering out irrelevant noise. When dealing with gigabytes of polarized debate, a machine's ability to precisely retrieve data matters more than the total size of the AI model. This new architecture produces structural impartiality. Neutrality is a hard-coded engineering byproduct, existing because the engine retrieves data without the influence of emotional or social stakes. Human researchers carry unavoidable biases. Pressures like career preservation, loyalty to academic factions, and audience capture all subconsciously warp how people interpret evidence. The machine can hold 5 entirely contradictory worldviews in its working memory simultaneously. It processes technical engineering measurements alongside institutional rebuttals without any defensive or emotional response. Stripping away the survival instincts and professional ego inherent in human researchers allows the system to map the field with a consistency that individual scholars, tied to their own factions, struggle to maintain. So, what does a book written by a neutral machine holding 8.3 million words actually look like for the reader? It looks like a map structured by cognitive handles. These name the exact points where the physical evidence ends and opposing interpretations diverge. We compress sprawling debates into 36 focus points, chapters like the tolerance problem, the black mat, and the cargo cult inversion. Take this stone wall at Ollantaytambo. Tambo. It visually anchors the megalithic construction debate, forcing mainstream engineers and alternative theorists to explain how uniquely curved blocks were fitted without mortar. These handles scale up to planetary-scale debates about archaeoastronomy and lost geometry at the Giza Plateau. The Almanac refuses to declare a winner. It functions as a portable toolkit, organizing the arguments so you can carry them away and decide for yourself. The AI architecture has synthesized the blurry boundary between mainstream science and alternative theory, producing a cross-referenced map that would have cost a human researcher years